Not every woman is meant to be liked in a book. Some women are meant to be understood. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about 3 books with women in them who had their backs against the wall and did things that they probably normally wouldn't do. My name is Raquel. I talk about all things Black books. Welcome and welcome back. So I'm going to start off with the first book being She Owes Him One. This one is by Nicole Jackson. It's a fairly short read. It's about 189 pages. Um, it is about a young lady who falls in love with this guy who tells her that he's going to take care of her and he wants her to quit her job. She quits her job, like he says, they're in love. They are, doing all the in love stuff. He's got money, so she's shopping. She's going to get facials. She's doing brunch with her friends. They live in a high rise. She drives a nice car. Like everything is beautiful. They are climbing the walls with each other until she notices a difference in him. And then on Christmas Eve, he doesn't come home. Now, a man that doesn't come home on Christmas Eve or doesn't spend time with you for the holidays is probably not your man. But he comes home at some point, I think Christmas Day, or Christmas evening, or the day after or something. But he didn't come home Christmas Eve, right? So they get into this huge argument and she puts him out. He leaves, and in her head she's thinking, after talking to her girls and sitting down and relaxing and just thinking it through, she's thinking, okay, well, he's going to call me, he's going to apologize, and he is going to tell me what happened. Few days go by and he calls and he's like, hey, what's up, what you doing? Yeah, I'm thinking about coming home. But he doesn't give her any information. He doesn't tell her where he was. He doesn't tell her. He don't even make up a lie. Like, at least make up a lie, even if it's unbelievable. Like, I got stuck on the freeway and I had to sleep in my car. I don't know. But he doesn't make up anything. He's just like, and she like, no, And so they do this little back and forth thing or whatever. And he still doesn't wind up coming home, but her bills are now due. And he tells her that he's going to pay the bills, but he doesn't pay them. So her friends, she does everything she can, short of getting a job, to try and get this money. I think she did look for a job. Maybe she did. I don't remember. Anyway, she doesn't wind up getting the rent money. So the rent man or the landlord propositions her, I'll help you out if you help me out. Now, what do you do when your back is against the wall like that? Now, I know most of us will be like, I'm not doing that. Never. I'm not doing that. But really, she probably thought that too at some point. She probably was like, I would never. Well, her back is against the wall and she's got to figure out how to get this money. So this is a book that I enjoyed. I enjoyed just the complexity in it because I guess, oh, well, I don't think I've ever read a book like this, but Nicole Jackson has a knack for making you root for the bad guy. Now, I'm not calling her the bad guy, but I kind of understand where she is in the moment. I do. I kind of understand where she is. I understand why she makes the decisions that she makes. But looking at it from the outside in, I would have made some different decisions. But I enjoyed this book. Now, book number 2 Is She the Reason by Nicole. This book was so good. It was so good. The characters are full on people. Like, I was getting mad. I was frustrated. I got surprised. I wanted to kick somebody's butt. I wanted to rub somebody's back, give another person a hug. This is a really good story. So there's this guy named Kadeem. He's a young man. I don't know how, they don't say how old he is. I'm gonna imagine that maybe he's about 17, 18. Um, and he meets the young lady Yara. Yara is a 15-year-old girl who's having some issues at home, and she gets with Kadeem, falls head over heels in love with him. I mean, you it doesn't matter what he tells her to do, she would do it. Head over heels in love with this guy. Mind you, remember she's 15. He's very ambitious. He's a street dude. He's about his money. He's going to get it however he can. And now he's got Yara on his team. Yara is the Bonnie to his Clyde. They are out doing it by any means necessary. And they get caught. They get caught. They have 3 children, 3 girls, and a son. They get caught. They get sentenced to 10 years. Kadeem does 1 year and then convinces his family to lie to his wife for 9 years while she's in prison, that he too is in prison, convinces them to lie to his wife, the kid's mother, the mother-in-law, the father-in-law. Whole family's lying to her. And this is like her family because she had some issues. So this is her family. Even the kids are lying to their mother for 9 years. She does not know that he is not in prison. He goes, picks her up. When she gets out, he's supposed to tell her. And he keeps going back and forth on telling her, but he isn't telling her. Time is going by, things are happening. And she's kind of like, this doesn't seem normal. This is wrong. And so she's finding out things in bits and pieces. This guy has betrayed her, lied to her, manipulated the kids, manipulated her. I mean, all of it, you name it, he probably done it. He is definitely the bad guy. But here's the thing. Once she gets out and she's got these different situations. Now, mind you, she's been gone for 10 years. So she comes home like empty-handed. It's just she come home her with the clothes she had on when she went to jail 10 years ago. He gives her some money, and now all of these situations are just popping up. They're happening. Stuff is happening with her kids. She's got an 18-year-old daughter who's dating a young man who's very much like her father. She's got a middle daughter who is not really connecting with her mother, but has a bond with this woman who is her father's fiance. The youngest one is, I believe, 14, and she's just invisible. Now, although their father was not in prison for those 9 years, they were raised by their grandmother, the father's mother. So he's in their life, like, seem like a everyday thing, but they just don't live in the same house. This book was so good. It was so complex. It had so many twists and turns, different things happening. It was so believable. I was in the book. I There were so many times I wanted to kick Kadeem in his kneecap with some steel toe boots on. I kid you not. Like, I wanted to. It was a lot. Like, I'm sitting there gripping the sheet covers because I want to, and then right when you think the story's going on, something happens. It's almost like it seemed very real life. Let me say that. Excuse me, the way things happen in real life, that was this book. I enjoyed it so much. But this was another woman whose back was against the wall, and she had to come out fighting or lay down and die. And I loved that, she did what she had to do. At the end of the book, I was very happy, very happy. This book is 550 something pages. Loved it to death. And then the third book is let's see, I'm sorry. The third book was Love Set Me Free by Sin. Now, I've talked about this book before. This is a great book. I love this book. I enjoyed it so much. It's a very short book. I think it's like 150 pages or so. But I enjoyed this book and I could not stop thinking about it. In addition to at Christmas time, I actually got it for free. So, um, if you don't know, this book is about three friends, two girls and a guy. So you have Janelle, Paisley, and Kydrick. They are all best friends. They're in high school. They're going on. They get to their senior year, and Janelle and Kydrick wind up getting together as a couple. Paisley has a crush on Kydrick, but she keeps it to herself. And then the two get together. So now she's got to hold it even more. And she's feeling some kind of way because they don't initially tell her that they like each other and they're all supposed to be friends. So she's feeling a little way about it. Anyway, one night they all go to a party and something happens at the party and Kydrick gets accused of physically assaulting this girl. Now, Janelle and Paisley is at the party with Kendrick. They know for a fact that he did not assault this girl, but he goes to jail for 12 years. And the last time I talked about this book, I talked about how Paisley waited for him. Now, this is his friend, not the girlfriend. Paisley waited for him for the 10 years. She even became an attorney in order to help him get out of jail. He, didn't even want to be her friend when he got out. Now, Janelle, on the other hand, when he went to jail, initially, Janelle was like, okay, I'll be there for you. But after a short period of time, Janelle was like, wait a minute. I'm supposed to sit around for 12 years? Nah, no, not doing that. And that is kind of like what she did when her back was against the wall. She chose herself. Like Janelle sat around and waited for him for 12 years for him to get out and treat her badly initially, even though they, eventually do get together. But, and then she wanted, like, who dates their friend's ex? Like, who does that, right? But in this one, Janelle was like, you know what? I choose me. I'm not going to choose you because that doesn't make sense for my life. Janelle winds up getting married, having children, and going on with her life. And that was what she needed to do. So these were all women whose back was against the wall and they all made their own choices. And I just love these books the way they turned out. These women were not reckless. They were responding to situations that happened to them at the time. They did whatever they felt like they needed to do in that moment. I enjoyed all three of these books. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up and do all of the YouTube things. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Until next time, see you soon.